So once you have raised the truck up and you have placed some jack stands under the frame for safety, and obviously making sure that the emergency brake is applied and you have blocks on the rear wheels to keep it from rolling, and the front wheel has been removed, the next step is to remove the brake caliper. The caliper is held by two caliper bolts, one up here, one down here, and they're 14mm, so remove them, slide the caliper out, and just hang it from the control arm. That way it's out of the way and it's not hanging from the brake hose. So as you can tell, I fastened the caliper to the upper control arm, just like I mentioned, to make sure that it was out of the way and it was not hanging from the brake hose so it doesn't damage it. Next step is to remove the anti-rattle clips from the brake pads and remove the brake pads. They should just slide out. Just pay attention which one was the inner and which one was the outer. That way you keep the wear pattern the same. Next step is to remove the caliper bracket bolts. Got one up here, one down here. The socket you will need is a 19mm. You can either use a breaker bar or an air impact, whichever you choose. So remove the bolts and remove the bracket. So the next step is to remove the brake rotor, and it should just slide right off. Now if it doesn't, if it's stuck due to rust, then you may have to tap it with a rubber mallet around the edges until it comes off. And if it's really stuck, you may have to spray some lubricant right here to loosen it up. Once the brake rotor has been removed, you will need to detach the ABS cable from its routing and disconnect it right here. It's a little bit dark inside here, but if you follow the cable you'll see it. So just make sure it's completely free from all the attaching points and disconnect it. So once the ABS cable has been completely detached and disconnected, the next step is to remove the 4 retaining bolts from the inside. They are 17mm. And once they're removed, you'll be able to slide the hub and bearing assembly right out. So once you have removed all 4 bolts, remove the hub and bearing assembly, you may have to tap it out. If tapping it with a rubber mallet is not freeing it up, you may have to use a slide hammer attachment like this one to be able to remove it. You'll need to guide the sensor wire through the opening on the new one, obviously, self-explanatory. Now if you don't have an axle puller like this one, you can always use chain, like a long piece of chain, and put the lug nuts on and then just do fast movements. That way you can pull it out. Make sure you clean the rust right here before installing the new one. When you're installing your wheel bearing assembly, make sure you install the dust shield correctly and you guide the cable for the ABS sensor all the way and connect it where it should go. Make sure it's fast and secure. Install new bolts and tighten them to 44 foot-pounds, obviously from the inside out. It's a good idea to tighten them in 2 stages, like let's say 25 foot-pounds, you do this one, and the one over here kind of crisscross, and this one and that one. After that you can move to the final step of 44 foot-pounds. So make sure they're tight. Once the rotor has been installed, install the caliper bracket back on, install the new bolts, and tighten them to 136 foot-pounds. After that, install the brake pads back on, clean everything with brake cleaner, slide the brake caliper back on, and install the caliper bolts and tighten those to 25 to 30 foot-pounds. After that, install the wheel back on. Make sure the lug nuts are snug so the wheel is seated completely. Lower your vehicle to the ground and tighten the lug nuts to the proper specs. And there you have it. Now you know how to replace a front wheel bearing on a 2008 Nissan Frontier 2-wheel drive. Thanks for watching today's video. See you next time.